Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer, episode 14. Yes, last time we got the end of the drum demon. And again, this is something I mentioned and I almost forgot. That when the demons die, or at least the main demons, with the exception of one I think, all of them show more of their humanity. They show their human side, and you kind of feel bad for them because again you start to understand that they are also victims of this asshole called Musan. So yes, it is intriguing to see how that is going to be developing, and that is something I am very curious about. But other than that, the episode did not end with the happy ending that I was waiting and I was expecting, I was hoping. We still have the problem with the boar guy that, yes, he is a badass, I'm not going to deny that, he's awesome by the way he fights, but he is still a douchebag. I mean, he is way too possessive of his own strength, he wants to show off his own strength, and I don't know, he doesn't accept any other reasoning other than strength. That is what I'm feeling from that guy, from that board guy. And of course our opinion of not Tanjiro, oh god, the blonde guy, god damn it, I need to memorize his name, but him, the opinion of him just increased tenfold because he's now brave while conscious, because he wanted to protect the box in which Nezuko is, I don't know if it's sleeping or is just resting or whatever she's doing. So yes, I am fascinated by that and how the show is changing our characters here and there. But of course, the last episode have to end in a fucking cliffhanger and I can no longer wait anymore. So let me just quickly remind you that if you enjoy the content of the channel, please consider a subscription and turn on notifications so you can get up to date with whatever we're doing with the channel. If you enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment so I know what you think about my reaction, the episode, or the commentary once you see it. Remember, in the description below you have the links for my Twitter if you want to follow me, there it is. For the reaction, because YouTube doesn't like that. And of course to my Patreon, in which you can find the uncut reaction to these and other episodes. Well, without further ado, let's cut the presentation short and watch the video, shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time the 14th episode of the series. And again, just as I said by the end of my commentary, this was a very funny episode. And it was just ascending towards that comedy, ascending to that positive vibe that we desperately needed with this series. Because again, this series is very dark, it's very bloody, it's very crude at times, but it still is capable of doing episodes like this one. This one is honestly one of the funniest episodes I have ever seen, man. I was laughing and laughing and laughing at everything that was happening on the screen. Or I was impressed by the amazing fight that we saw at the beginning. So yes, it was a wonderful episode. And I am so happy that we did not get our downbeat ending, especially with the two kids and well, their brother. So yes, I was afraid of that. I was afraid, oh, in the end something's going to happen to the brother and it's going to be more traumatic or something like that. Fortunately, that wasn't the case. We got them, all three, we got them out and they are completely fine. That is honestly wonderful to see. And yes, obviously, let's concentrate on these three siblings a little bit, because I think I still need to say a couple of things about them. Is the fact that they tried to protect each other, they wanted to protect each other, and yes, obviously, they are scared shitless, because these are demons, and they are not trained, they are not people who receive training like Tanjiro, or Zenitsu, or Inosuke. Well, I don't think Inosuke received training, but anyway, it's not like them. They are not ready to fight. They are not ready to just go and kill demons. No, they are just normal people, but they still were very, very brave in trying to find their brother. And the brother was kind of brave because he knew what he needed to be done. He just not stayed there and did nothing. He just tried to do something, tried to take action, and that's why he was able to survive in this case. So yes, I like these characters. Even as minor characters, they were entertaining and they were kind of inspiring. So yes, I like them too. And obviously the end that he needs to be protected because of his special blood, and it was just given Wisteria, which is just literally was spewed out. Wisteria spewed out, but come on, take it, man. Take it and you will be safer from the demons. I don't know if you're going to be completely safe, but at least you're going to be a lot safer than without the Wisteria. So hopefully they are going to be fine. But now let's return to our main characters. Again, Zenitsu has earned a lot of respect from me since last episode, because he was brave while he was conscious. He was brave and he wanted to protect somebody because yes, he could see or he could hear that there was a demon in that box, so he was certain that Tanjiro has his reasoning behind why he was carrying a demon, so he was utterly brave. And I like that. I like that you can be all of this, because again, Zenitsu is not completely brave, let's say. He's brave when it counts, because the rest of the episode he was kind of crazy. He was still very extra, screaming like crazy. He was just, yeah, he was funny. He was funny through the rest of the episode. But that doesn't take away the fact that he was amazingly brave back then. And I just don't mean the fact that he killed a demon while he was unconscious. I really mean the way he wanted to protect the box that belonged to Tanjiro. Even knowing there was a demon inside of that speaks volumes of the bravery of Zenitsu. So yes, he honestly is becoming an amazing character, and I love the complexity that he's not always brave, he's not always a coward, he is a complex character, like a human being. So yes, that is what I like about Zenitsu. And now Inosuke, again, so far he was just a douchebag with a boar mask. That was it. He was just wanted to fight everybody, and yes, while we watch his backstory, we can see that he just wanted to fight everybody and anybody and everybody. That was his goal. So yes, it's funny to see, but before this episode, again, he was just a major douchebag. In this episode, he is still kind of a douchebag, but you feel more sympathy towards him in this episode, or thanks to this episode. You don't feel like, oh, come on, you're just a fucking big asshole. You can say, okay, he's an asshole, but he's funny, and in the end, he's just a complete idiot too. He's not very smart, let's say. So, you kind of understand that he is a savage person, that he was not raised by another human being who explained, okay, you do not do this, you do not just fight everybody, respect your elders, respect the child, respect somebody, or just hold back for a little while. No, he was just raised, I guess, by his own. That's my guess. That's why he became so savage. So, yeah, I think there is no other way to say it, so savage. And we saw that in the fight against Zenitsu. Tanjiro! Why combine the names of Tanjiro and Zenitsu? I don't know. But yeah, in his fight against Tanjiro, and it was a pretty interesting fight. Again, different from what I have seen so far of the show. It was a fist fight. It wasn't involved with swords, but it has a neat choreography, because yeah, you can see that they are kind of trained. They are prepared to fight, and you see the abilities they have, the superhuman abilities they have. So that's why. And it was pretty spectacular, man. Honestly, it was really neat to see that fight. And yes, you can see the flexibility in Inosuke, but obviously in the end, Tanjiro won thanks to his big head. Literally thanks to his hard head. So yeah, it's from the moment that Tanjiro headbutt Inosuke, the tension was gone. it was just comedy after comedy after comedy after comedy from that point, and I was laughing so hard at that. It was honestly hilarious. This episode was just hilarious. And finally they get to rest, especially Tanjiro, because yes, Tanjiro is the one we have been following so far. I don't know how hard the other two have been working, but yes, they are finally going to rest. They are going to recover their wounds, and they are going to be, well, fine, I guess. So yes, I like that. I like the fact that they can recover, and I like the explanation that they gave us thanks to the recovery, or why they will not be paying anything for their recovery. So yes, I love that fact that they gave us an explanation. And it's a very neat explanation. It doesn't need to be much, just give us something and that's fine. And that is what the show did. It gave us something. Now, let's speak about the ending of this episode. Zenitsu knew that inside the box was a demon. He didn't know how the demon looked, or who she was, or whatever. He just knew the fact that there was a demon. That's it. The demon was coming out. And of course Zenitsu was scared because yeah, it's a demon, obviously. Perhaps Tanjiro has a reason because yeah, perhaps he wanted to experiment with him or something like that. I don't know, perhaps that is what go through the mind of Zenitsu, that say, okay, he wanted to experiment and he needs something else, but he needs the demon to be alive, or etc, etc, etc. But that was not the case. We knew that Zenitsu didn't. He was scared. The demon was out. We know how adorable Nezuko really is. Zenitsu doesn't. But in the moment she's out, she looks so cute, man. She's cute, she's adorable. And she grew to her normal size. I don't know. I am not entirely sure if it's jealousy, or again, if, well, because Zenitsu is very thirsty for women, or is something else. Because in the end we got our wacky shenanigans, we didn't see them. I think it was funny when we don't see that. And the fact that Inosuke is just sleeping while all this noise and chaos is around him. But yes, it was chaos and it was hilarious. Because again, the jealousy in Zenitsu's eyes and pose and whatever was evident, man. Was evident. And yeah, I don't know if when Zenitsu finds out that it's actually the sister of Tanjiro, he's going to go thirsty for Nezuko or something else. My guess is that is going to happen. That is my guess, because come on, it's Zenitsu. It's thirsty for women. I wasn't saying something else, but no, I'm going to restrain myself into that. But anyway, yes! Oh yes, before that, the impact of the face of Inosuke. I was not ready for that face. I was not ready for anything that Inosuke did. I was not ready for anything. The mask fell down, and he's a very pretty face. Very feminine face, very pretty, very fair. Yes, just as Tanjiro said, you have a very pretty face. I was not ready for that. I honestly thought it was going to be a raw face or something like that. But I think this works better for the show. I don't know why, but I think this works better. A lot better for the show. But anyway, yes, I think I really now exhausted the topic of this one. A hilarious one. I honestly enjoy so much this episode. Such a good feel episode. But anyway, yes, I have nothing else to say, but let me quickly just remind you that if you enjoy the content of the channel, please consider a subscription and turn on notifications so you can get up to date with whatever we're doing with the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment so I know what you think about my reaction, the episode, or the commentary. Remember that in the description there is a link for my Twitter if you want to follow me, there is a link for the reaction, but if you are here, you already knew that, and of course for my Patreon, in which you can find the uncut reaction of this episode and more. But anyway, yes, I think that's it. I hope you enjoy it, and I have nothing else to say, but thank you for your attention, and well, see you on the next one. Bye!
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, give it a like, so the algorithm from YouTube will help me out. and check my other videos, share them, and also why not subscribe to my channel and join this community. And as always, I want to thank you for your attention, your likes, and even your dislikes, your comments, which is something I always look forward to read. And yeah, once more, thanks and see you on the next one.